Now, one of the things that has been happening between the tensions of the US with other countries, including our own South Africa, is that we know that obviously Trump wants to impose tariffs or is currently fighting China to make sure that they bend a knee over the US, and that is not happening, and that led into Trump saying that he will use other countries that he had imposed tariffs on to help him fight China, including us, which we all know that that's not going to happen, right? He's not going to win with that route, and now it's no longer China and some of the countries that are fighting US. Even the big tech companies in the US are now not really liking how Trump is doing the business or handling the business. I mean, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, came and of course made some very good comments about China, why China is important to Apple, why China is important to the US. I mean, he said the reason why a lot of the Apple products are still assembled in China is because China has got the skill, the tooling skill. In fact, I'll play you a video. Let's play his video, then we'll come back and talk about what he just said.
There's a confusion about China, and let me at least give you my opinion. The popular conception is that companies come to China because of low labor cost. I'm not sure what part of China they go to, but the truth is China stopped being the low labor cost country many years ago. The reason is because of the skill, the quantity of skill in one location, and the type of skill it is. Like the products we do require really advanced tooling, and the precision that you have to have in tooling and working with the materials that we do are state of the art. And the tooling skill is very deep here. You know, in the US you could have a meeting of tooling engineers and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China you could fill multiple football fields. It's that vocational expertise is very deep, very, very deep here.
Now, can you hear what they're saying? The tooling engineers in the US, the reason why a lot of Apple products are not being assembled in the US is that there's not a lot of tooling engineers, right? And in China, the tooling engineers, like I said, they can fill up 20 spots field, right? Which is something that shows you that the reason why your Apple, the Apple that you might be using, to some of you that are watching this video, the reason why a lot of the Apple products are being assembled in China is because there is a lot of capacity and skill in China. A lot of people say China labor is because a lot of people, the misconception was the reason why Apple assemble their products in China is because of low cost, low labor cost, which he said it on that video to say that that is not the case. It's because of the skill, it's because of the capacity. There are a number of people that can give you the products. That is why China is very important to Apple. I want to play you another video of Nvidia. You know that the Nvidia CEO, as we discussed, it was in China. I want to play you a video of what he said about the Chinese market for Nvidia. Remember, Nvidia is also one of the biggest tech company in the US, right? Have a look at this.
Nvidia has been in China for 30 years. The China market is very important to us. It's important to our growth. We have many employees here. The technical excellence of the Chinese industry is quite impressive, and we benefited from that for the last 30 years. And so we spoke about the last 30 years, and we spoke about the next 30 years.
Nvidia has been doing so well on the Chinese market in the last 30 years, and that is what they want in the next 30 years. So what they are basically saying is that, look, we still want to work with you guys. Regardless of what Trump might be doing, we want to work with you guys. And this, unfortunately, puts pressure on Trump, which is why President Trump sometime this week, he said he was going to exempt some of the products, chips, cell phones, so that obviously the companies in the US don't get, or the tech company in the US don't get hurt that much. It's because he has been getting a lot of pressure from these big tech companies, which is why he's trying to, of course, compromise the very decisions that he made, right? Which shows you that whatever they are doing, whatever Trump is doing on tariffs, it is not working. It will not work even to US, which is why we were talking about the JPMorgan CEO who came and warned Trump what these tariffs or what this trade war between US and China could do to the United States of America. The sooner there is peace talks, the better it will be for everyone. Even here in South Africa, the sooner the two countries find peace and solution, the better it will be for us. Because if there's no solution that comes soon, whatever Trump will do to China to try to hurt their markets, it will also rub off on us. Because unless we are with Trump or standing with Trump fighting China, he will also give us some serious punishment for doing that or for siding with China. Which, by the way, here in South Africa, you know that February this year, the sanction that we got from the United States of America, the reason why, or part of the reason why we're being sanctioned, is because of our close relations with China. Which China is our friend, man. We won't turn our backs onto China, which this makes Trump angry. This makes the Trump administration to hate South Africa so bad, because they thought, obviously, these countries, oh, we are going to side with them. But because we benefit so much from China, unfortunately, we cannot do anything. During the British Empire, where Britain was the strongest economy globally, the British could not stop US from rising. And now, the United States of America cannot stop China from rising. It's just a showcase, man. They are too late. This is what President Putin said. They are too late. If they are trying to stop China from rising, it's like stopping the sun from the sun itself from rising, which is very, very impossible. The Chinese economy is so strong in a way that even not just in the US, everywhere globally, I'm telling you, China is playing a huge role, which is why people won't just throw stones on China. It won't be easy. In fact, it will be impossible for Trump to make some of these countries like South Africa to fight China, because China, our two-way trade with China in South Africa has grown to now over $52 billion, which is something that, of course, it's a good thing, and kudos to China, right? So yeah, man, this is what we are reading today. Tell me what you think about this, man. I think we need to brace ourselves for what's coming, but I think the solution is very, very close. The fact that obviously companies, big tech companies like Nvidia and Apple, which are the biggest tech companies in the US, the reason why they are fighting, the reason why they are trying for solutions is because they realize that Apple can't be Apple without China. Nvidia can't be Nvidia without China. And that, my friends, it's a fact. It's something that Trump needs. The sooner he realizes that, the better. The deal between the two countries needs to come like yesterday, right? It's an urgent thing, because unless that gets to be done, then the market in the US is going to crumble, especially for the tech side. And also China, yes, is going to be also implicated by not. China also is going to feel the pain. It's not immune, but the more pain will go to, it's not immune, and they will also feel the pain. And that's what all the countries, I can tell you now, that's what we want. We want peace, so that at least even in South Africa, the AGOA deal does not get to be cancelled, guys. Because if this takes that long, then in September, we could lose AGOA. In September, we could be hit. In fact, not even in September. Around June, July, we could be getting the 30% tariffs back, which will make or compromise the growth of South Africa. So it is important that the two companies sit down and they chat, they talk, which according to Donald Trump, it has already started, meaning that maybe this coming week, we might already hear a solution that will make all the investors and everyone to be at ease, and which will be so great and amazing. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd give you this quick update, latest updates, especially coming from Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, and Nvidia CEO also, talking about why Chinese market is so important to their company. This is very, very, very good, and it shows us and tells us that the US maybe does not have all the powers like they claim, because in as much as they are trying to punish China, it could end up hurting them even more, which is something that I don't think they want to go through. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, and God bless you all.